Let me take you back to my first year of teaching. I walked into my classroom with degrees, lesson plans, and a whole lot of confidence. But I'm going to be real. My first month was an absolute disaster. Not because I wasn't working hard. I certainly was, as every first year teacher knows. And not because I didn't care about my students. I did. But because I brought something into the classroom with me that I didn't know I was bringing. And it was quietly destroying every relationship that I tried to make with my students. My name is Dr. Jeremy Coleman, and I am an educator, I'm an author, and I'm also the founder of the Relational Equity Framework. Before I was any of those things, I was a first-year teacher. And I thought that authority meant control and power meant respect. You see, I grew up in an era where the adults in my family could command the room. Children were seen and not heard. You did what you were told, and that's it. I liked that, and I wanted to bring that to my classroom. And let me just give you the short version. It didn't go so well. Simply put, the boys cried, the girls defied, and any attempt at learning all but died. No joke. I had to have long conversations with myself in the car if teaching was even the right career choice for me. As it turns out, it was. There was a shift that had to happen. And for me, this shift happened one day. I was in the teacher's lounge and I was warming up my pasta. And I overheard two other of my colleagues talking about a book that dramatically changed their marriage. And the book they were talking about, you've probably heard of this, by a man named Gary Chapman, called The 5 Love Languages. I hadn't heard of it, but I knew that they were talking about they had a transformation. And I also knew how things were going in my classroom. And I knew if I didn't have a transformation, I might be changing jobs soon. So I went home, I did some research, I found out about this book, The 5 Love Languages, and I began to shift how I thought about my students. One of the first things I thought about was, wait a minute, if we have love languages, and I have a love language, and each student in my classroom has a love language, I've not been doing a good job of speaking their language. Now, obviously, what Gary Chapman writes about is in the confines of a marriage, and every language doesn't apply to children. But the idea was the same. I thought about how I was treating each of my students the same. Like you're all kids and you all get the same treatment. And what I didn't realize was I was in complete violation of one of the foundational rules of relational equity. And that is the platinum rule. If you haven't heard of the platinum rule, I can't wait to share it with you. The platinum rule is similar to the golden rule. You've probably heard about the golden rule. Many of us have. And the golden rule is about doing unto others as you would have them do unto you. There's nothing wrong with the golden rule, right? It's been around for a long time. It's helped a lot of people. And it's really, the advice is simple. Hey, don't do something to somebody else that you wouldn't want done to yourself. Makes total sense. But the platinum rule is where my shift began to happen. And the platinum rule goes like this: do unto others as they would have you do unto them. Whoa. Platinum rule sounds the same, but it's a fundamental difference. The shift is the platinum rule centers the other person. And this is what I didn't realize I was in violation of. I was treating students the way I wanted to treat them without regard for what they wanted. No wonder I had chaos in my room. No wonder out of 38 of my students at any given time, I didn't know what half of them were doing because I hadn't done the work to build the relationship. That's what this channel is all about. Making sure you understand the relational backpack, making sure you understand the emotional bank account, and making sure you understand relational gaps and what that has to do with you. Listen, what would you give to change the situation in your classroom? How would your life be different if you had the power to relate to every single student in your classroom? Or if you're in secondary, what would it be like if you could relate to every single student in each of your periods? Or if you're in higher ed, or if you're a youth service worker, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, what would it mean to you if you had the power to relate to every student you work with? How awesome would that be? My hope is with our time together that you'll learn how to do all that. You'll put your accomplishments, your victories, your questions in the comments. I'll reply. You'll post another one. I'll reply to that one. And over time, we'll develop a community of people who believe that relationships power the world. Listen, world famous Esther Perel says, the quality of your relationships determines the quality of your life. And I believe it. And here we are in a moment in time where AI is here and we don't know what the future of education looks like. But I'll tell you this, there's one thing that AI will never replicate, and that is an adult who creates belonging, connection, and empowerment. You are irreplaceable. If you can build quality developmental relationships, you are not only irreplaceable, but you have tremendous value and you're going to change someone's life. So that's my message from me to you. And thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you next time.